What is up, guys? Massive Dragon Chain news. Plus, Ripple's buying what? Tune in for that and more. But first, as always, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing.
What is up, crypto warriors? What is up, Blackrue crew? Go ahead here. My audio is on the wrong source again. I don't know why it continues to do this here. Okay, I think it's on the right source now. Okay, awesome. Hope everybody's doing well on a Wednesday in here. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. So Dragon Chain, okay? And we've been talking to you guys about Dragon Chain for quite a while. We first brought it to you guys like years ago with my guy NYC Network. Um, but we've been doing recent videos on Dragon Chain, and we told you guys the moment the SEC case ends for Dragon Chain would probably be the moment where things start to take off. Okay, so this is from 5 days ago, where it says here, and I believe you guys can all see this. Yep, SEC bids to drop security suit against Dragon Chain over crypto ICO. Securities and Exchange Commission said in a joint stipulation with Dragon Chain that it wants to drop the lawsuit, citing the work of its crypto task force. Okay. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is looking to drop its unregistered securities lawsuit against the blockchain firm Dragon Chain in the agency's latest crypto-related backdown. Okay. But just for a moment here, let's pause for the decent commercial and we'll keep reading here. 1 second and boom.
Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your better.
So if you guys want to help out the channel, one of the things you can do is buy a DCENT wallet. Helps you, helps me. You get a $30 discount. If you buy two, you get a $99 discount. Links are in the description. And also, one of the things you can do to help the channel is to go over to X, which we live stream from X, by the way, where we have exclusive content, mind maps, and what have you. You just go to @Blackrue. I'm @Blackrue on most things, not only YouTube, but also on X, okay, where you have mind maps like this. ZBEC mind map, how ZBEC can dominate payroll. We just did another mind map on XCN here, which I'm going to scroll down and find for you. And we just did a show on this yesterday on how ZBEC and XCN have a lot of connections. So definitely check out that show if you have not checked that out yet. But we also have many other mind maps here. If you just go over to media, as I scroll back up, and you will find said mind maps. So definitely take a look at these mind maps. Definitely don't feel free to share these mind maps, because we really do want to get the X monetized. So the more these things get shared around, the more eyes we have on the X, the more we can get monetized over here. So definitely come over here on the X and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely where we are monetized is the YouTube. Like and subscribe on that if you haven't already as well. So let's dive back into the story here. The joint stipulation filed with Dragon Chain on April 24th in Seattle Federal Court. And let me just make sure everything's good with the chat here. See everybody in the chat. Of course, we'll get to the chat if there are questions in the chat, as always, towards the end of the show. So just keep on rolling in here, guys. Here we go. In a joint stipulation filed with Dragon Chain on April 24th in the Seattle Federal Courthouse, the SEC said it believes the dismissal of the case is appropriate, citing the work of the agency's crypto task force in helping develop the regulatory framework for crypto assets. The commission and defendants stipulate that this litigation be dismissed with prejudice, meaning like you can't do it, it cannot ever be brought up again if you dismiss with prejudice, and without costs or fees to either party, the filing reads. The SEC sued Dragon Chain and its backer, Dragon Chain Foundation, the Dragon Company, and Dragon Chain's founder, Joseph Roets, in August 2024, claiming they raised $16.5 million through a crypto token that was an unregistered securities offering. According to the SEC, Dragon Chain tokens raised $14 million in August 2017 pre-sale, an initial coin offering ICO that ran in October and November of that year. And at this time, it said the company needed to register the tokens were an investment contract under the securities law. Okay, we could go a little bit deeper into this, but you know, from the Ripple precedent, it's already kind of been proven that tokens of this sort are not securities. So again, they should dismiss. So as a result, Dragon Chain jumped over 95% to 8.5 cents. Is sitting at 9 as we speak right now, 9.5. Had risen all the way up to 11 cents, which you can see is like a 3-year high, okay? A 3-year high for Dragon Chain. And if you look at where it's been, right, it was as high as $5, okay? So, you know what I mean? That you can have a nice little party with this. You have a great amount of tokens, right? If you can think it can get back to its high, this is where I wanted to go. If it can get back to its high of $5.27, which it reached on January 8th, 2018, you know what I mean? Like, how many X is that from here? It's a lot of X from here with just a little bit of coin, right? And there's reasons to believe, and I'm going to go over this again for people who may not be familiar with Dragon Chain. Not only are they an American crypto company, there may be connections to Disney, okay, to the Disney company, Walt Disney Company. Now, the company says there are no connections to Disney, like they're no longer officially connected to Disney, but on their Twitter account, they have this disclaimer where they say official account, most secure and scalable blockchain, formerly Dragon Chain Gang. Opinions do not reflect the position of the Walt Disney Company. Now, usually you don't give a disclaimer like that unless you're in some capacity involved with, connected with, partnered with, whatever adjective you want to use there as far as a partnership goes with the Walt Disney Company. You would not give this disclaimer unless there's some sort of connection. Ownership, investment, who knows, right? But with all the patents and all the things Dragon Chain has for it, check out some of my previous episodes on Dragon Chain. if that IP, if those patents can be used as far as loyalty rewards go, with all the IP that the Disney company has, oh boy, oh boy, like Dragon Chain is definitely going to be worth a lot. Not financial advice, but that's just my speculation with my own portfolio. Okay, so this is really good news as far as the way. This is really good news. Okay, so you just got a preview of some more news here. So no surprise that this is kind of in the works. The crypto task force kind of told you about this, and they've also said the SEC has also dismissed some of its high-profile lawsuits against crypto firms, including Coinbase, Ripple, and Kraken. It also dropped investigations into other firms like OpenSea, Crypto.com, Immutable, with no further action planned. Okay. So this is huge. And also, with kind of no surprise as well, crypto ally Paul Atkins, former Securitize advisor, and we've been over Securitize and what they do and how related they are to things like BlackRock, right? If you just kind of whip out another one of my mind maps, we'll go grab it right here. You see Ondo, right? Under Ondo, invested in Ondo, are Securitize and BlackRock. Securitize and BlackRock are like hand in hand, bro. Like they're like America and Britain. They're really close aligned together. Okay. So yeah, so definitely understand when we're talking, he was a former Securitize advisor. He has BlackRock connections as well there. But gotta believe, being a former Securitize advisor, that bodes really well for coins that are kind of linked to Securitize, like XRP, like Wormhole, like other coins that I can think of off the top of my head. Velo, okay, Velo will be another one of those coins. Anything that kind of funds build L or build the BlackRock fund build. Okay, so this just bodes really well, guys. And shout out to E for the $10 super chat. I just saw that. Thank you very much, brother. Really, very much appreciate it. So yeah, so Paul Atkins got sworn in. If we go down to here, let's see. So the Senate easily approved Atkins with a 52-44 vote. That number 44 has been kind of big this year, so it's 52. 44, if you add the 2 4s, is an 8. 8 has been really big this year because this is a year of the dragon, or I'm sorry, the year of the snake, the Aurora Boros, but that gets into some other type of stuff, which we don't necessarily have to get into right now. But just understand how big this is as far as now, instead of a guy like Gary Gensler being in there, right, who did not look favorably, at least on his face, he seemed to not look favorably on cryptocurrency. We have an SEC chair who is an ally of crypto, who is a former advisor at Securitize. We have the president having his own meme coin, his own like crypto company, World Liberty Financial, his own stock, which has involvement with crypto, DJT. So, like, crypto's time is now, guys. The regulations are coming. All the people who have been appointed have been put into place. So, even though all the Democrats voted against Atkins' approval, since all the crypto-friendly Republicans, this is not a political show. This is an investment show, and as far as investments go, it's very, very great for our investments that the Senate, the House, and the presidency are pro crypto. So, regardless of all the Democratic votes there, he was easily approved because the House, the Senate, and the presidency are pro crypto. So, like, on the wall, guys, crypto's here to stay. Uh, this is what I take, and it makes sense for Dragon Chain's case to be dropped or looked into to be dropped because the way they put it is that they're bidding to drop it. So this is just a precursor, and then maybe Paul Atkins officially drops it now that he's in office, right? So again, Dragon Chain moved up to 10 or 11 cents, but this is probably just the beginning, okay? Just the beginning. Now, also, some of the big news we got here was that Ripple is thinking about, shout out to our guy, Rob Mass, Crypto Future over there. Let me repost that right quick. So here it is, crypto briefing. Just in, Ripple reportedly made a $4 to $5 billion offer to acquire the stablecoin competitor Circle. So this is interesting. This could have some Zebek implications in that, of course, if Ripple buys Circle, then Ripple is partnered with Zebek. But of course, I've already shown you guys through mind maps that there are already Ripple connections to Zebek. I've already shown you guys that Lightspeed and Ripple are Lightspeed invested in Ripple. It also invested in Zebek. I've shown you guys there are multiple kind of connections to Zebek and Ripple already. So this doesn't matter as much, right? But it's still huge news in that then they would be officially directly partnered. Now, my only question is here, if Ripple, if you knew that you wanted to buy Circle, why did you start your own stablecoin? That would be my question too. And as Maximus Crypto has shown us, Circle used to be called USDC Stellar, basically, right? And we already know, like, the history of Ripple is that, and Stellar is that Stellar was a fork of Ripple. Now the companies say, well, Stellar's moved past that. They may have started with the fork from Ripple, but they're the complete and separate own thing now. Be that as it may, their founders and people that work in between them, they do have good relations. So my thing would be, okay, well, if Circle was already really connected to Stellar, why Ripple would you want to buy it when you have your own stablecoin? So those are my questions that I would have here. Like, we're gonna do some more talks about Circle later because they recently came out with some news, but we'll do some more talks about that later. Get up right now, but yeah, those would be the questions I really have for Ripple. Why do you feel the need to go buy Circle when you have your own stablecoin? I thought that USDC was more tightly aligned with Circle. Or I'm sorry, I thought that Circle and USDC was more tightly aligned with Stellar. Why would you necessarily need to buy it? Those are my questions. Those are my questions. So we shall see how it goes with that. But let's answer some questions here and see what's going on. Let's Square, New Jersey in the house, 100%. What's up, Ches? What's up, Abe? I'd move 333. What's up, brother? Been waiting on a Dragon Chain live. DJ got bands. Let's Square Rue, do you know anything about FIFA regarding gaming? Yeah, I know somebody was flooding the whole gaming thing with Zebek. I don't know anything about that. I know that Simon has said on this calls that he felt that gaming was important for them. So or getting close to that gaming community was important for Zebek. So I haven't done any research on it really, because they Zebek keeps hitting us with really really great news, like we covered yesterday. If you didn't watch the show yesterday, please go watch the show. Um, a lot of good Zebek news, like they're partnered with Propi and other people, so definitely go check that out. What's up, E? Ruth's Telegram. Thank you for dropping that link. Free for now. Money Grows on Trees Network. Yo, this Jake, bro, Dragon Chain has been linked to Disney since 2017. I don't believe it. They are no good. Who's no good? Dragon Chain or Disney? Oh, that's Jake. What's up, Jake? Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. They've been linked to Disney since 2017, bro. They have. But I think Dragon Chain has just been laying low and just getting ready, like with their IP, just chilling. OG Crypto, what's up, OG Crypto? Um, hey, I agree on Dragon Chain, but damn, hard to pick up on the exchanges you get on. Yeah, it's really hard to obtain Dragon Chain, and I've been over this before with certain cryptocurrencies like Doge, like um, different things, Doge, Sheep. Like sometimes they make things hard to obtain on purpose, right? So I think this is one of those cases where it's like, let's make Dragon Chain hard to obtain because we know what it's going to be used for. We know that there are Disney connections, so we're going to make it really hard for people to obtain this coin. So I think the fact that it's hard to obtain is actually a plus, really, to be honest with you. Not financial advice or anything, but that's what I think, and I've had with a whole bunch of different examples on that fact. Jasmine, before it came to Coinbase, was hard to obtain, was high and went on a nice run, and then when they got to Coinbase, dumped. You know what I mean? So when things are hard to obtain, I think that's for a reason. Yeah, you have to pick up Dragon Chain on DeFi. Sushi Swap is one I've used in the past. Heavy production, consistent. Good to see you still going. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. And again, appreciate you, E, for the $10 super chat. What's up, sis, in the house? Hey, Rue Crew, hit that like button on the way in. Thank you so much for your support. 100%. What's up, man? What's up, Dave F? Dragon ready to fly. DJ got bands. Consistency. Good to get your thoughts on this crypto and BTC. Is Pepe dead? Well, I think Pepe is one of those ones where we know exchanges hold tons of Pepe, right? It is a meme coin, so it's just like, okay, it's just a picture, right? But exchanges hold a lot of it. And I think there are even people that custody Pepe, and I think also Robinhood offers Pepe as a coin you can buy, and it is an American cryptocurrency. So Pepe is one of those ones where I feel like, hey, grab a lotto ticket. You know what I mean? Like, this is just what I'm doing with my own personal portfolio, right? I prefer not to deal with too many meme coins. I have meme coins that I like, one of which I gave to the patrons. This is I don't know anyone talking about this meme coin, but the Patreon people have it. I know no one talking about this meme coin. Not Pepe, but another one. So shout out to the Patreon people. Less than a cup of coffee for a watch list. The Patreon is going to go through some changes in the next week. So, whoever gets locked in gets locked in. But yeah, I don't think Pepe is dead. But for me, coins like Pepe are just like a lotto ticket. Like I might spend a little bit of cash and grab a little bit and just not worry about it. But it's just a little bit of cash. It's just a small part of my portfolio. Circle is about to go public. They are going to be huge in the space. Future Mag 7. Gotcha. Ripple is going to just Ripple is just going Ripple is going to rule just in a matter of time. Don't sell your bags. Yeah, what's up? Skills to the max. Yeah, and I'm just wondering, like, okay, well, why do you need to buy it, Ripple? This is just interesting. I would even say if the current top Mag 7 doesn't invest in cryptocurrency directly or indirectly, the future of Mag 7 will be made up mostly of cryptocurrency based companies and AI. When you're saying Magnificent Seven, I think you must be referring to the stocks when you're saying that. Um, yeah, let me know what you mean when you're saying Magnificent Seven. Yeah, you must be in stocks. Um, Time Adam, what's up? Hey, Lost Treasure, you go looking for. Hey, real greetings from North AZ. Dragon Hunt, ZBCN moving a bit. Whole market is meh. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of coins that look pretty good on the weekly chart. Um, what were we looking at? Okay, Dragon Chain looks pretty decent on the weekly chart. There were another one, a couple other ones I was looking at on a weekly chart. Velo, for instance, right? Looks pretty juicy on the weekly chart. So I know we always say sell in May and walk away, but I don't know. Maybe this May might be a little bit different than most Mays. Because on the weekly chart, it looks like this might be ready to bounce. You know what I mean? And there are a couple different cryptocurrencies that look like this on a weekly chart. Stronghold, right? So a couple different cryptocurrencies that look like this on the weekly chart. And I'm thinking it's just a matter of time before they bounce, you know. Ultimate token news, Uniswap. Uniswap is always going to be big. It's connected to Ethereum. It's one exchange where decentralized, like quote unquote DeFi exchange, where you can just use a Visa card and you can get on there. You don't even have to have a crypto wallet, really. Light Tower, what's up, Rue? Looks like we're gonna to see a tier one exchange listing soon. This token is very strong in utility and patents. That's right. I'm looking for the next move upwards. You'll see in my Golem voice. You'll see. Precious. Precious. Love it, bro. Love it, bro. Lost Treasure, you go. Looking for memes are definitely lotto tickets. Whole market is going to flow here soon. All the pieces are lining up. Let's go. They're trying to hold us back in New York. Was forced to use the two lamest exchanges, Coinbase and Gemini. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The Winklevoss twins and of course Brian Armstrong have a lock on New York. It's hard in New York, man, to get other exchanges. Yep. So yes, stocks. Okay, got you, bro. So yeah, man. I think a lot of money is gonna flow into cryptocurrency from the stock market in different places because different coins continue to put emphasis on being American. So I really think that um, that the crypto capital gains tax that Donald Trump promised, it's going to happen because Dragon Chain's been putting emphasis on being American for a very, very long time. So I don't know if they knew something or whatever, putting on my little tin hat or whatever, but all these coins are putting emphasis on being American. Zbec, Dragon Chain, Ripple, you name it, right? Propy, all of those guys. So I think once it's announced that crypto, you get zero capital gains tax for these, just watch things like Ripple, Hedera, Dragon Chain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Watch those just skyrocket. Watch them skyrocket. So, I think we're not too far away from that. I think they just want to get some of these coins into ETFs so they can even control them more from the stock perspective. So watch once H bar gets its ETF official, once Dogecoin gets its ETF official, once Hedera gets um, its ETF official, once Ripple gets its ETF official. That's probably when we'll start seeing things rocket. Okay, so the first domino is falling here, and with Paul Atkins being announced as a SEC chair. Now, all I think we're going to have from here on is things like all these laws go into place. Like, because remember, Dragon Chain wasn't the only cryptocurrency that had this lawsuit type of thing come against it. So if they dismiss Dragon Chains, then they need to dismiss for Sol, for ADA, they need to dismiss for LCX, right? There's a plethora of coins that got hit by this, a lot of which we talk about on this channel. So all of these, once they drop all these cases, maybe we see things just go bananas for things like LCX. Maybe we see things go bananas for things like BitTorrent, right? Which is an American company itself. So yeah, guys, I think things are really about to get popping for this market. If not now, we know in July. In July, the FedWire thing goes live. So the FedWire using of ISO 20002 goes live. And then for the world, it goes live in November. So gotta look out for that. That's really going to be like all of those times, I believe, are going to be times where the market goes bananas. But again, looking at these weekly charts, looks like we're not too far away right now. The precious. and my golem voice. Uh, Don't forget to hit that like button. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be doing this more often, trying to come or coming on here with you guys, giving you quick news hitters. Maybe the show goes for like 33 minutes. Maybe it goes for longer. Always depends on how many questions I get from you guys. I really appreciate all you guys coming out. So I always stick around for your questions. So put dragon in the comments after the show ends. So if you put dragon in the comments after the show ends, it helps spread the show around. It helps get more attention to the video. So definitely put dragon in the comments after the show ends. And thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm out, guys. Peace.